I've got money on this game. It needs to start on time. Nice. So WSG beat Videre last night 3-2. Wow, that's a hell of a game. Okay, everybody's in. Being a sub. Which means you're getting a night off by the look of it, Elf.
Right, whenever you guys are good to go.
Okay, well, I'm now spectating. Are we live? All right, so this is the Momentum Rocket League Pro Circuit Final, WSG Sirius versus Carfind Videre, being cast by myself, Dead Horseborn, the Beard of Reason, and Muzz. Muzz, good evening. And what do you think is what is your prediction for the outcome?
Well, good evening, everyone. And the Beard of Reason, I tell you, man, you always crack me up every single time. Obviously, both these two teams are kind of like the best in our country, pretty much just next to XD, Videre, and WSG Sirius are kind of both considered to be, equally the second best team in ZA right now. And yeah, I don't know if I want to make a prediction right now. Maybe we need to get into game 2, get kind of let them show us, actually speak louder than words. Maybe when it's like 2-0 to someone, I'll be like, oh yeah, no, well, listen, Dead, this is how it's going to go down.
But it is, I mean, you're quite right. It seems like with almost monotonous regularity, we find ourselves commentating on a WSG versus Videre final. It's we got to expand. We need others. We got to get others in there. I mean, not taking away from either of these two teams, but man, they are dominating.
Yeah, these guys have been super hot right now. And I think when it came to the semifinals for both these teams to get here, Videre was able to take down Amarok, and Sirius took down VXP, SP. Very good teams in their own rights as well. Obviously, Amarok also playing for Wolfstar Gaming. So I think it's going to be big. It's going to be absolutely massive.
All right. Well, then let's roll. What are we waiting for? Let's get this underway.
It's all keyboard and mouse.
The admin has given the go-ahead. Teams are now joining.
Oh, that's it.
Shit is about to get real. Game is on.
All right,
and here we are. Game 1, the feel-out game. And they're off. Oh, the game almost started with a goal right out of the gate, but it's not yet to be.
Yeah, it was going to be an absolute cracker just off the get-go. I mean, first 15 seconds of the match in this final.
And both teams want to show dominance early, I would think, not wanting to give an inch. Here we go with, here we go. Mr. Lowe's up. He's dribbling it in. Oh, but it's safe. Skill steal the last second.
Goodness, the absolute clears from these guys. Just the goal line saves, man. Damn it. Sirius are going to put in a lot of work here against Videre. I mean, we both, we're saying how these teams are.
Oh, and here we go, Mr. Love, where is it? And WSG, as they have almost... Oh, it's not WSG, I beg your pardon. I'm calling this all wrong. Videre take the early lead through Mr. Lowe.
Yeah, I think if him and Empty Promises are going to have a good game, then Videre gets a good game out of this final.
All right, they're absolutely wanting to show that they're not afraid of WSG. They want to get revenge of the loss they experienced last night, where they lost 3-2. And all the attacking seems to be coming from Videre at the moment.
Yeah, both these teams, I think, can be quite aggressive. And I think Videre is quite calculated when it comes to their attack and moves.
But WSD just not clearing. Oh, empty promises! Oh, what happened? Is that a defensive mistake? But they've taken a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, and you're talking about...
Yep.
Yeah, you're saying Sirius not defending, not getting back. And of course, Empty Promises just showing you it's fine. They'll capitalize on a lack of defense then.
But an outstanding setup by Mr. Lowe. 3.5 minutes to go. Mr. Lowe's in again. Pornflakes puts it onto the backboard. And the attacking. This is the sort of attacking I was sort of used to seeing from WSG in the other games I've seen them play.
Yeah, both these teams are definitely going to be playing very aggressively this game and just trying to get in, I think, as many goals as possible.
All right, can WSG get themselves back in the match? The missed ceiling shot by Papa Capes opens it up for Videre. Mr. Lowe bringing it forward through the corner. Oh my word! The pitch off the corner straight into the goal. I don't know if he meant to pass that, but whatever the intent, it ended up in the net. Wow, at 101 k's an hour.
I was going to say, yeah, either a pass into the middle of the pitch or a nice little goal off the corner there. Either way, works out for Videre quite nicely.
Well, there's still more than half the game to go, so WSG should be able to pull this back. But it's a commanding lead as it stands right now. Oh my word! What is going on? It's a procession of goals for Carfind.
And this man's relentless. Just Mr. Lowe, there you can see that season 9 grand champion. He's been put into work here. Scoring goal after goal, 4-0 right now.
Wow. WSG gonna dig deep, or do they just see out this game, regroup, and come back in game 2?
Yeah, I think what we've seen is a lot of teams like to kind of just feel each other up when it comes to game 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if WSG do not take game 2 after this, get warmed up, feel up how Videre want to play, what the rotations are like, the aggressive, decent save there as well. And now, yeah, I'll give WSG the game 2, I think.
Okay, that's a bold prediction. But certainly, listen. There's no doubt that they're gonna have the feel of Carfind by the time game 2 rolls around. But with 1:50 left, do they extend the lead? But here they come again with another attack, cleared by Skill Steel. Can they mount some sort of sustained attack?
Yeah, they just need to keep possession of the ball and try to get into the Videre's half. But unfortunately, guys like Mr.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and Mr. Lowe and Empty Promises just kind of keeping them out there.
That came close.
Yeah, close but no cigar, unfortunately.
Falliser looking to put it into the middle, cleared by Pornflakes. Mr. Lowe puts it forward for another attack. Pornflakes is up. Capes looking to clear, he doesn't get the clear. It's dangerous, but cleared by Falliser finally.
Yeah, these guys, there's just so much. As they get demoed.
Oh, but here we go! Finally, WSG Sirius get themselves on the board through the work of Falliser after a demo by Skill Steel in front of the net.
Yeah, I think if you just keep on probing like WSG have been doing, you're eventually going to score. And yeah, definitely a sweet one from Falliser there.
Absolutely. Nino and George, welcome to the Momentum Rocket League Pro Circuit Final. And here we go. No, it's cleared. 50 seconds. Can WSG get some respectability back into this tournament? But you do get the idea that they seem to have at least stemmed the tide of goals.
Yeah, the defense has picked up a lot better. And I mean, I think also having the goal coming out there from Falliser is just a nice little kind of ego booster, morale boost as well for the team.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're keeping Videre out of the box for now. Not even getting into their half right now as well.
Absolutely. And I think maybe they'll give them a sense of momentum going into game 2. Because with 15 seconds to go, it looks like Carfind and Videre are going to wrap up game 1. And WSG are going to have to do all the work to get back in to this best of 7 final. I mean, that is another point, Muzz. This is a best of 7, so it's a little more time.
Yeah, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Yeah.
And I mean, definitely WSG have, definitely a lot more games to bring this back. Just, I think, got to keep Videre out of the half thing. Maybe commit 2 in the back to defend. Keep keep Mr. Low out. He's obviously on form tonight. We didn't see Pawn Flakes or Empty Promises get too much in there. Obviously, the goal coming up from Empty Promises, but look at the shots. 1 shot and 2 shots apiece versus Mr. Low 6. I mean, this guy is absolutely... he's getting into the front of the box there and playing the shots.
Yeah. Well, it looks like WSG are taking a moment. They're not rushing into the second game unless Phallus is having some kind of connection issues, and perhaps there's a bit of a regroup. Well, power nap, he says. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a strat discussion going on between games here and how they're gonna pull it back together and take the game strongly back to Carfind Videre.
Yeah, you just gotta have yourself quite a little bit of a team chat in the locker room there, and just.
Oh my word, we have a problem. We have a problem. We are in the Tokyo underpass, which is not
the seedy underbelly.
This is not an arena you want to be playing in. So I think we're gonna have to get out of this one and restart this game. No one's gonna be playing Tokyo underpass. Shadow Hunter, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Momentum Rocket League Pro Circuit Final. All right, so what's happening? Admin, are we bailing and restarting? What's the deal? Okay, same details. Okay, Muzz, and then we're. Do you know what, Muzz? I realize we probably don't even need to be in a party.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Don't stress about that.
Not sure how the party broke, but
yeah, no, all good in the hood.
All right, so avoiding the disaster that would have been the Tokyo underpass. You know what? It would have been a hell of a lot of fun to see a match played in that on that map.
We do have a prediction coming in, Deaded. We've got Monster giving it a 4-3 to Sirius.
Whoa, and he's a Monster reckoning it's going to go all the way to 7 games.
Yeah, no, Monster wants the game 7 coming out here in this best of 7. So yeah, 4-3 to Sirius. Okay, so that's Phallus and the boys.
I think Monster's saying that because he wasn't well enough to cast tonight. So he wants us to put in all the work for him.
No, that's all right. It's better for us, isn't it?
Okay, here we go. Game number 2. WSG have all the work to do for the time being, but Carfind cannot sit back on their victory. They're going to have to win a minimum of 4 games to take the title.
Yeah, it's going to be tough enough for Sirius as well. They are 1 game behind in the series. They're going to have to just show us game 2 what it means to have the BMT.
Yeah. All right, well, so far, I mean, in the first 30, 40 seconds of the game, it doesn't seem Videre have all the action and all the plays. It is a bit more balanced, it seems, at the start. Yeah,
decent possession, just been held by Sirius, making sure that Videre cannot score.
The demo can still put it in, no! Saved by Pawn Flakes. But they're back almost immediately. Papa Capes again putting it in. Whatever they said at the break seems to be helping.
Yeah, and that's the man you want to demo as Mr. Load. If you can keep him out for half a second, 1 second, that's fine. Just playing that 3 versus 2 is perfect.
Oh, we have a 1v1 situation, but cleared by Phallus, but only as far as Pawn Flakes, but Skill Steal pushes it downfield. Now we have the cut and thrust of a proper final.
Oh, just double demo there coming up from both teams. A quick 2 versus 2 right now.
Multi-kill.
Oh, just the goal line saves here coming out from Sirius. Yeah. Phallus there with the save as well. The guy's put in a lot of work around the pitch today.
He definitely a very high work rate. All right, well, this is certainly not the one-way traffic it seemed in game number 1. Whoever takes this game is going to have to work proper and hard to take it.
Yeah, I think kind of what I've noticed when it comes to the later stage of this tournament is quarterfinals, semifinals, and the finals, is that these teams like to suss each other out. They play that game one, fine, you do lose 4-1. And then you get to game two, and now it's about 2.5 minutes, and there's absolutely nothing on the scoreboard right now. It's just incredible. And Sirius are like, well, Videre, we play at this level as well. You're going to have to really work for it to score past us.
Yeah. All right, here they come, WSG, but again, the attack is thwarted, Mr. Lowe, but Falliser puts it in. Oh, that's to the side. No one's there to clean up. Oh, but Papa Claims from the air, cleared desperately by Empty Promises. Oh, here we go, Falliser. Oh, just couldn't put it there, but Papa Capes is up.
Yeah, Falliser didn't have the quite get the angle there with that aerial roll, just trying to pop it into the bottom of the box. He couldn't, unfortunately. Still 0-0 right now.
1:50 to go, no goals scored. Oh, this is dangerous with WSG! And it has taken a lot longer, but again, Carfind and Videre have taken the lead, 1-0. Papa Capes couldn't get the clear. Pornflakes was up, put it just over and into the net.
Yeah, and just no one from Sirius, they're able to get that save. 2 men on the line, and yeah, Pornflakes was able to pop it over quite easily.
And I'm not sure if there's a bit of fatigue on the part of WSG. I mean, I think everybody's played quite a few, but they've, they're making final after final, and maybe, I don't know if fatigue is an issue, if you can be playing too many games that you feel a little bit not on top of things.
Yeah, I mean, on top of like these guys both making the VS gaming stuff with the Momentum Pro Circuit as well, and team practices in between, playing ranked, on top of that, if you want to solo, you can imagine there's a slight amount of fatigue from these guys, and just, yeah.
But it's tough at the top.
Yes, you got to work hard to get, then you got to work even harder to stay there, isn't it?
Absolutely. And what is it? If you're not, unless you're the lead dog, the view never changes. So it's worth all the hard work.
Yeah,
all right, here we go. Empty Promises, almost with the double to put it in front of the goal. He doesn't quite get there, but Mr. Lowe's put it up. Skill steal, can only push it up. Pornflakes trying to bring it down for Empty Promises, who's up. That's over the goal, and then taking his second goal. Wow, what a play by Videre. WSG going to have all the work to do to get back into.
Yeah, and it almost seemed like a setup from the side there of Sirius. They just kind of put the ball up high for Videre to come in with the boost. And yeah, Empty Promises. If this man has a good game, Videre really, they feel confident and they have a good game.
All right, well, if Monster's going to be correct in his prediction, WSG are going to have to start winning soon.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to. I suppose we're going to have to go to game 3, and they're going to have to win the remainder of those 4 games then for Monster to get the serious prediction of his, right?
Yeah. Well, it's setting it up for an epic comeback. Oh, and here they go. Can they get a third goal in the last 8 seconds of the game? Papa Capes looking to clear, which he does manage to do. Not as convincing a win as the first game, but Carfind Videre take... Oh! The 0-second goal! Oh!
No!
Oh, the game ends with the ball halfway in over the goal line. But there you have it. Game number 2, Videre take it 2-0 in this best-of-7 final.
And just, when you thought this game, couldn't be more ruthless or heartless, WSG, literally, they closed the game out with that ball floating on the line.
I mean, it wouldn't have, well, maybe just a consolation goal, but
yeah,
they would like to have scored it, but they've mattered in the end. And will we see WSG take another extended break between the games? It looks like they might.
I think it did help out. It did help out Sirius in game 2 there. You could see that the first goal that came out from Videre was delayed a lot longer. And I think, just a bit of a chat there with the team. What can we focus on? How can we kind of improve? It really does go a long way. Only 2-0, and like you said, their consolation goal wouldn't have really done too much for Sirius. But yeah, game 3. I think this is where WSG need to be bringing it back. They need to...
Absolutely. We are rapidly coming to the pointy end of this. WSG have got to pull it all out now and start burying some goals and take an early lead. Oh, a lead at any point, I guess they'd be happy with. But the longer the game goes with no goal, I think the more tense WSG become.
Yeah, just that pressure of like we have to score, then it gets into your kind of mind, into your psyche that we haven't scored, and then you mess up when you do try to score. Yeah.
And then you get worried that the other team's going to score and there's no time to come back, and so it just gets more and more tense.
Yeah, we haven't seen the early goals just yet. I think we're probably going to get to about the 3.5 minute mark before goal comes in as well. Oh, skill still was close there.
Oh, a little bit of a own team collision there by Sirius. Oh, is this going to be in? Oh, that was so close. Mr. Lowe again putting it into the middle.
Oh, the long range shot as well. They're coming out from Videre.
Empty promises with the air dribble. He can't get the touch off the backboard. Cleared by skill still only as far as Mr. Lowe. And here come Videre again. Just put wide by Mr. Lowe.
Yeah, Videre definitely just attacking quite aggressively here, trying to get themselves onto the scoreboard. But it's tough. There's such decent defense coming at you from the side of Sirius.
Indeed, but can they put something together here? It does look a little bit more promising, Sirius. But again, Mr. Lowe is going to clear it. A little bit of a battle between them in the middle. Oh, Fallison gets the clear, but desperately close. Fallison doing a lot of work in defense. And it has to be said, having to do a lot of work in defense.
Yeah, it seems like, I mean, both these teams right now, it's kind of just a
but here we
reminder
go.
of what...
Fallison's put it up in front. Skill steals up. Empty promises get the clear.
Yeah, both these teams just kind of defending like their lives depend on it. I mean, of course, this is a final, so kind of just we're getting a reminder of...
Yes! And for the first time in this final, Sirius take the lead. The first game in which they have led in this entire final, 1-0 with just over half the game left. That's going to settle nerves. I think that's going to give them the confidence to now start driving hard.
Yeah, and that ball was absolutely floating there on the line. Just kind of you could have Breeze could have put that in there, and yeah, I think
or blown it out.
Yeah, no, yeah, precisely. I think Fallis is very happy that he's got a goal in here for his team. It's 1-0 right now, going to Sirius, and yeah, this is exactly what I think Monster will need this if he wants to go to Game 7.
A casual, no one has ever been held so tightly to a casual prediction as Monster right now.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Mr. Lowe's up. Can anyone finish for Carfind? No one's there. Been cleared. But here, Mr. Lowe is up, putting it onto the wall. All right, Fallison, fresh from that goal, trying to put it in. It's for Papa Capes. He puts it above. No, it's gone wide into the corner, but there's a demo. Skill steals up and desperately cleared by Pornflakes.
Yes,
well,
very
Sirius.
good.
Go on.
I was going to say a very good follow-up here from Sirius. Pretty much the whole team committing inside the box over there, just trying to get in that second goal.
But suddenly Sirius coming up with all the attacking moves. They're pushing. Now it seems like Videre is struggling to clear and keep the ball out of their half for any length of time.
Yeah.
This looks promising. Oof. Just cleared by Empty.
And this is at Sirius just having the plays. They've been a lot more aggressive this game. They're in the box way more often than what Videre are. And yeah, Papa Capes is making all the plays for his team right now.
Yeah. Speaking of Papa Capes, he gets his first goal. And here we are. And I was just about to say that unusually, Papa Capes has been very quiet. But now he seems to be emerging from the shadows, and that can only be bad news for Carfind.
That's it. He came... I mean, I'm actually not going to lie. I'm not going to say he came absolutely out of nowhere. He was playing a lot of the... Papa Capes again, this man. Yeah, he's making all the plays in the front of the box, and of course he's getting goals off his own touches as well, which is great.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sirius have definitely come back in this game 3 big time.
All right. Well, what seemed like was going to be... the pinch to the other side. Papa Capes trying to get the attack. He doesn't. Okay, now Videre have an attack opportunity. Off the ceiling by Falliser. That was a great looking shot.
Yeah, and Sirius just in this Videre half quite often and just constantly had it making the plays. They're just trying to get in a third if possible. Still 20 seconds left. I think it's going to be more than possible. They're picking up the boost as well on the Videre side. Yeah, just kind of
we're
stopping
going
him.
to take a third. Falliser gets his second of the game, putting WSG 3-0 up with 14 seconds to go. Where has this team been? It's like a different team took to game number 3.
Yeah, and I think just the quick chat there in the locker room just helped out Sirius big time here. And these guys are on fire right now. 3-0.
Who was throwing the hairdryer in the change room between the last couple of games?
Oh, no.
All right, we're winding down the clock on this game 3. And WSG Sirius are going to take it, making the tournament standing at 2-1 to Videre. But this is game on.
And I mean, I don't know if you felt that maybe Videre, because they've got the 2-0 series advantage and lead, maybe they slacked off a bit this game. Maybe they got a bit complacent, just sitting comfortable. But I mean, Sirius absolutely brought this game 3. You can see shots on goal. They're 4-2-1. These guys absolutely played. They've got saves as well. Fallis with the 2 saves and 4 shots. I know we spoke about work ethic, I think, in game 2, but these guys on the side of WSG are absolutely around the pitch, making plays. Papa Capes, I'd give him MVP on game 3. They definitely.
Absolutely. And what's been surprising is, well, I don't know if they slacked off, but I do get the sense that they thought they had this, and if they just, well, maybe they phoned it in a little bit. I don't think they completely slacked off, but I think they thought they had the making of WSG and maybe didn't need to work hard, which is a terrible mistake to make.
Yeah. And I think kind of when it's a best of 5, you kind of like, okay, the game would be pretty much rounding off right now. But yeah, best of 7, and Sirius have a few more games in hand and just able to bring it back against Videre. I do hope that's going to be the case going into game 4 right now. It's going to be tough.
All right, I've just there's a comment on my chat which I just want to Barry's Botma. Oh! I took my eyes off the game for 2 seconds. What happened?
Pornflakes with an easy goal straight from the start. They beat his man. Yeah, send it straight down the pitch.
Wow.
If you take your eyes off for a second, my friend, that's what's going to happen.
All right, Barry's. I'm going to come back to your comment. I think between games. All right, well, Videre, oh my word, 8 seconds gone, 2 goals. What is going on? We were just talking about how Sirius seemed to be dominating again and attacking, and they find themselves 2 goals behind after 8 seconds.
Yeah, I think Videre just kind of want to say, like, this is why we are one of the top 3 teams in the country, and we're going to keep our place there, and rightfully so.
All right, well, WSG got all the work to do now. And I think they're going to put these 2 goals behind them and just focus on their game. They scored 2 goals last game. They're going to have to score 3 this game to win, but they just got to focus on their own game. Oh my goodness! What is going on? Empty promises. Delivering Videre's 3rd goal in less than 30 seconds.
Yeah, and these guys are just coming hot off the mark here. I mean, exactly, only 30 seconds elapsed and already Videre 3s to nothing up right now. And this is going to just make it so much more difficult for Sirius to come back in this game 4.
Well, Muzz, if you were correct in what you were saying, that Videre might have slacked off last game, they've certainly learned their lesson.
Yeah, I think you cannot give any other team that's in a grand final any space to compete and shoot and get goals. And I think Videre, like you said, have just learned their lesson. And you know what, we may as well keep the foot on the gas pedal, no pun intended. Absolutely. And just.
But here comes Sirius, but cleared by Mr. Lowe. Cleared by Skill still. All right, they're a little shell-shocked, but can they get it together and come back? They've got enough time to make the comeback.
Well, yeah, exactly. The advantage of such early games is there's still 3.5 minutes for Sirius to even, force the overtime.
But it is really tough, because you can't make any mistakes at the back as you're pushing your aggressive attacking.
No, definitely not at all. I mean, Papa Capes, you see, just trying to make the plays again in the Videre half, but the defense is so tight now.
All right, well, we have Elf in the chat suggesting that perhaps Videre should put on the brakes. I don't see them taking that advice.
No. They're only 2-1 up right now. There's definitely not clinch in the series at all. I think Videre just need to keep the foot flat down.
Absolutely. What's up, Team Alpha? Joining us in the chat. Okay! Oh, saved by Falliser. Keeping up his high work rate in defense.
Yeah, good position.
Can they turn this defense into an attack? Maybe they can! Oh, it's off the crossbar! Falliser tries to get the rebound, but it's cleared. And here comes Videre with an attack of their own. Again.
Yeah, and this game's absolutely heating up right now. I mean, just Sirius just trying to get in the box. There's so much defense coming up from Videre. Oh no, Falliser with the backflip there, gets the boost, but misses the ball. Is able to get back though.
And having to start the momentum forward all over again.
Yeah.
By Videre. Pornflake's pushing it in.
Yeah, it just feels like when you build up all that work, and then you have to kind of backpedal a bit and start from zero almost. Sad.
Absolutely. And again, interestingly enough, Papa Cape seems a little quiet this game. He's not as dominating as he appeared to be in game number 3.
No, game number 3 was absolutely on fire. He's in the front of the box the whole time, making those plays, scoring off his own plays. And yeah, just kind of been a bit subdued this game.
Oh, but here we go! Skill Steel buries it! They take their first goal. They've got a minute 38 to get another 2 to at least force this game to overtime. But at least it's not going to be all one-way traffic. Videre are not going to have it all their way.
Yeah, absolutely. Pumps the boost just to force the ball straight in there. And yeah, beautiful goal there coming up from Skill Steel. Oh, first touch from Sirius as well.
What's up, Fritos?
Oh.
Wow, okay.
That's some serious hang time there from Skill Steel. He was absolutely floated in the middle of the field.
Oh, here we go, off the ceiling. Skill Steel looking to put it in the middle. Who's up for it? Falliser's up. Papa Cape's coming in. Skill Steel. Oh, just inches away from his second goal.
Oh, and a beautiful save there coming up from Mr. Lowe. And these boys on the side of Sirius are definitely just trying to... I don't know if they're going to force the brace, but yeah, the second... Should be coming in.
Wow!
Yeah.
What happened here? Falliser off the wall, pumps it into the middle. Papa Capes comes from out of nowhere to put it in the back of the net. Outstanding. 54 seconds. This game is cooking.
Yeah, and it's definitely heating up right now, and hopefully these guys are going to be able to force the overtime here with 3-2.
Well, I know us casters have to be impartial, but I'd love to see an overtime game.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Papa Capes! Oh, wow! Wow, from being completely dominated in this game in the last minute, it seems they found the steal they needed to bring this game back, and right now we're heading to overtime unless something changes.
Yeah, well, listen, Daddy, you know your words were not even cold, and then Papa Capes, Papa Capes, yeah, I know I need to force the overtime. We need to get the goal. 3-3 right now. Beautiful, beautiful play there coming up from Sirius.
And we were just saying again, when Papa Capes is quiet, they seem to struggle. When he's in the game, everything seems possible, and here he is again.
Yeah. If he's a little lackluster, almost looked
oh my God!
There it is.
They have taken the lead with 11 seconds. They've come from 3 goals behind. Falliser puts it just above the goal. Skill Steel with an unbelievable angle straight down. What a play.
Yeah, I think these boys are like, screw the overtime. We want to go straight for the win. There's nothing better.
Can they see out the 7 seconds to take game number 4? Videre are going to need to keep it up. Pornflakes is trying desperately to do just that. Oh, Mr. Lowe just misses. Papa Capes will just bounce the ball on the ground. What a game. We are now level going into game number 5. Wow.
It's absolute resilience and just perseverance. They're coming out from WSG Sirius far behind. I mean, what were we talking? It was like two zip, I think, until that first goal. Yeah, 3-0 until that first goal. And just the absolute determination to come back and win game 4.
Yeah, and you know what? They've won a lot of finals, and you win finals by doing that sort of thing, where you're never giving up, you're never conceding, you're never throwing in the towel. And here we are going into game number 5. This final is all level. Wow.
Yeah, it's absolutely cooking right now. And 4 goals to 3. I mean, yeah, Videre had quite a comfortable lead, and it was early as well. And we spoke about the extra time Sirius had to come back, and they absolutely utilized pretty much the last seconds of this game to come and pip Videre there at the end. It's beautiful.
And amazingly, no overtime. Unbelievable. 11 seconds remaining on the clock.
No overtime for us. Papa Caves made sure of that.
All right, well, here we go. Game number 5, everything to play for. Okay, Videre looking for that early lead again. Mr. Lowe's up and he gets missed.
Yeah, and that's the thing, we talk about Papa Caps being close to being quiet, but I mean, the same on the Videre side. If you got Mr. Lowe being quiet, empty promises being quiet, you can see just that seems to weigh on Videre quite a bit.
All right, but here we go. No, cleared by skill still. No problem there. Mr. Lowe puts it back, though. And in every game except for one, Videre have taken the lead, the opening lead.
Yeah, I think definitely in this game 4 we just witnessed they learned to not underestimate Sirius here. They got the 2 early goals, but of course the defense here from the side of Sirius is just amazing. Already a minute's elapsed. We've got a 0-0 so far, and I think it's going to be should be a tight game 5.
Oh, and here we go. The cut and thrust, the jostle for dominance. Oh, Mr. Lowe finds. Oh, what a desperate save! Palliser again doing outstanding work in front of the goal.
Goodness, there's absolute just goal line saves and the clears coming out from these boys.
Oh, but there is no saving that shot from Mr. Lowe. 100 k's an hour out of the air, put up by Pornflakes. Papa Capes couldn't get the back of the net off the roof save.
Yeah,
and again, they have taken the lead, the opening lead taken by Videre.
Yeah, such decent control there from Pornflex, just setting up Mr. Lowe to getting quite a neat little goal, just kind of control there from the undercarriage of his car. That was beautiful.
And something that hasn't been mentioned, that both of us know, with Mr. Lowe and Papa Capes being brothers. I don't know if with them being on opposing teams, if it makes things awkward around dinner on a Friday night.
Oh, no, I mean, I guess it's great for practice as well. Can you imagine kind of the 2v2s with these guys?
Epic. Absolutely epic. Just like this final, the Momentum Rocket League Season 1 final. And we have, what a show they've put on for us.
I suppose the loser tonight has to buy the pizza.
At the very least. At the very least. All right, WSG are going to want to come back into this game as soon as possible. Empty prompted up, but it's off the backboard. Can Pornflakes finish? He can't. It's cleared by WSG. They mount an attack on their own. And here they go. It's 1v1. Mr. Lowe gets the clear.
Oh my goodness.
Here they are.
Just top of the crossbar.
Desperately unlucky.
Both these teams, you can see how aggressive they're playing. They're both just, everyone's vying for this ball right now. Oh.
I mean, and there is another point. They've played each other so often. They must know each other quite well. Oh, but it's dangerous for WSG. But they can't finish. Yeah, here they come. Skill still up. Oh, the pinch clear. Oh my goodness. Mr. Lowe gets it away. And here comes Sirius again.
Yeah, this game 5 is, I don't know, seems to be the hottest right now. Jeez, both his teams absolutely defending for their lives here. And Sirius just trying to get the ball in. But Videre, they just are having none of it tonight.
Well, there's no doubt that both are very determined. Both want this title, this opening title.
Oh, Papa Capsy with the save, and just Videre coming in, gets the kind of the block from the save, pops it back to the box. Yeah, one of these teams desperately wanting to be crowned the Season 1 Momentum Champions.
The inaugural champions. And so far, Videre have the momentum. But as we saw in game number 4, they came from 3 goals ahead to lose that game. So they cannot take a breath, they cannot rest.
Fallacy yet again with a beautiful save. Mr. Lowe going up, gets a demo onto empty promises there. Oh man, both these teams just getting in shot after shot after shot.
Oh, the demo by Fallacy. Can they make something of this? Time is running out. They're going to have to demo this game very soon to take it into overtime. Or it is going to be advantage Videre. Oh, okay, sorry. That looked a lot closer than it turned out to be.
I mean, yeah, we've seen this ball floating straight on the line. Goes in, so... Oh,
10 seconds to go. 5, 3. Is it going to end 1-0? The lowest scoring game of the tournament so far.
Final plays upon flakes. No,
They try to keep... Oh, there we go. We get the bounce. And it is advantage Videre after game 5. And now, Muzz, we come to the first must-win game. The next game has to be won by Sirius, or they will not be the winners of this tournament.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to have a decent chat now amongst themselves. I know that this is the do or die game, but of course Videre on the other side as well, they know they need to get the goals to score for this game 6, and of course that puts pressure on them as well, because they know that if they win this game, they're going to win this Momentum Season 1 Grand Final. And I think that really kind of plays with your mind.
Well, this is we hear about big match temperament when you play on start playing on bigger and bigger stages. Pressure is something you got to deal with. So, you know, there's no you get no slack for. We understand it's pressure, but we all chose to be here. They know what it's all about.
Oh yeah, and I mean, we spoke about both these teams being kind of considered the second best team in our country as well. They've definitely been on the stage countless times. They've got that BMT. You can see just the grand champions on both sides here. I mean, there's definitely the mechanical skill is huge within all these players here. It just comes down to, I think, the team cohesion and getting the right plays off.
Well, here we go. We got Elf watching on stream, and in the chat he has said he believes. He believes and he believes hard. Is his belief well-founded? Let's find out. Game number 5, do or die for WSG Sirius.
Yeah, it's going to be super close, and I hope Elf gets what he wants here at the end of the day. Oh, Mr. Lowe already going up.
Oh, but cleared. A possible attack. Oh, Cornflakes is up. And I think Videre would be ecstatic if they could again take the lead and put all the pressure on WSG.
Just some decent mechanical control coming out there from Fallacy with that aerial ball, just holding it so neatly, not able to turn it into a goal at all. Oh, Mr. Lowe is going to be Porn Flakes coming in from the back, unfortunately not.
Oh, here we go! No, Mr. Lowe's going to get the touch to push it away. Boost steal by skill steal. This is a little dangerous for Sirius. The danger is not cleared. Papa Capes is up. Empty promises. Gets a touch, but can only put it on the crossbar.
Yeah, and you can just immediately see the defense on both these teams being very solid here in this game number 6. Your 3.5 minute marks already elapsed, and these guys have not scored in a goal just yet. They obviously know the seriousness of this game. Videre especially, they're looking to clinch the win right now of the series, and Sirius
Absolutely.
just not letting them in.
Yeah. Oh! Oh, it seemed like it was going nowhere. Pornflakes arrives somewhere else and takes a game. This is game number 6, and for 5 of these games, Videre have taken the opening lead.
Yeah, what a great double touch coming out from Empty Promises, just setting up Pornflakes for the goal. And of course, that's going to be 1-0 right now.
Well, if they do go on to take this tournament, you can certainly say they've deserved it by their performance in this final. They've worked really hard. They've played aggressively. Their defense has been great. But it ain't over yet because, oh my word, Mr. Lowe taking goal number 2. And now, this tournament is Videre's to lose.
And you know what, Pornflakes just setting up the, returning the favor there, gets the bounce off the wall, sets up Mr. Lowe for that goal. Beautiful assist coming out from Pornflakes.
Well, still more than half the game left to go. WSG certainly have the skill. Oh my word! Empty Promises, goal number 1 for him, making it 3-0 to Videre.
You know, he doesn't make any empty promises when he tells his team that he's going to try win this final for them.
Really?
I mean, 3-0 right now. It's going, the game that Videre needs to win, the game that Sirius know they can't lose. This is where, you draw from that BMT that you've mastered from being a team that's played together for a long time, like Videre.
Oh no! WSG have left their net open! They've made a dreadful defensive mistake and they've been punished brutally for it. They find themselves 4 goals behind in game number 6 of this final.
Yeah, and what a great assist is coming off the top of the ceiling and just Pornflakes able just to pop that in. You know what, we have seen Sirius come back from a 3-0 or 4-0, so I'm definitely not going to count Sirius out of this game whatsoever.
Muzz, this is Rocket League. There's no writing anybody off at any stage.
No chance.
But certainly, if Videre would go on to lose this game, they would stay up for many nights wondering how on earth that happened.
Oh, well, I can only imagine the sleepless nights after that.
All right, 1 minute and 50 to go. This game's not over, but WSG Sirius have got to come back very soon.
Yeah, see, Fellas are more in the front of the field this time. He's defending quite well on the goal line. But I think Sirius know the severity of this game and they need to just kind of throw bodies almost at the goal right now.
Everyone's got to be up. There is no point in hanging back at this stage.
Oh, here it is.
Oh! It looked good for a moment. It looked really good.
Just
and
beautiful play. Yeah, I was going to say beautiful plays both from Fellas and Papa Capes. Just a setup skill still potentially there. Unfortunately, yeah, it didn't land in the back of the box.
And the tension mounts for Sirius as each second passes because it's just 2 goals maybe in a minute. 4 goals is really, really hard. But if they have any chance, they've got to bury one now. They need to bury a goal in the next 10 seconds if they are to have any chance.
Oh, Papa Cap's down as well.
Here we go.
That's it. Open.
All right, there's one. So, 3 more goals in 43 seconds. It's a goal every 14 seconds. Let's see. This is Rocket League.
Yeah, I like the fact that you said you do not write off anyone at any moment of the 5-minute match time. Yeah. And of course, Sirius there put in a nice goal from Falliser.
And here we go, Papa Capes is up! Oh my word, how did Videre keep that out? That certainly deserved the goal, but it was not to be.
Yeah, and these Sirius boys are just absolutely throwing bodies here at the goal. Videre haven't.
Oh, how are they getting these saves? Their defense is unbelievable.
Oh, their defense is unbelievable. They are getting some decent clears off the goal line. There's no want of trying here from the side of Sirius. One more for good measure.
No. Well, this has been an outstanding final. It's been cut and thrust. Two outstanding teams going head to head, but ultimately Videre just seeming to have a little bit more in the tank, enough in the tank to go ahead and take this inaugural Momentum Rocket League final, and a fantastic performance. They played an outstanding tournament.
Yeah, and just Videre having an absolute cracker here in this series, 4-2. And I mean, these are, the best teams in the country right now. And of course, they should be meeting each other again at LAN, I'd imagine. Oh, but that was an absolute crack of a series. All the games just were so exhilarating. I think there was only game 4, I think, or game 5 that was only won by 1-0. I was super close. Otherwise, the rest of this game's just kind of 1-6. Goals. Just coming back from nowhere, being 3-0 down. The kind of the resilience from Sirius has just been phenomenal this game. Papa Capes just playing his absolute heart out.
Absolutely. I think my favorite game was game number 4 when Sirius came back to take the game 4-3 from after being 3-0 behind with 11 seconds of that game. And at that point, I thought we were seeing a shift in the power. All the work had been done by Videre up to that point, and suddenly Sirius coming from behind to take that game, I thought they might have taken a lot of wind out of Videre's sails, and then they would assert dominance in the games going forward. But they came right back, and deservedly they played their hearts out, and they've taken this. They are the champions.
That indeed they are, Deaded.
Well, I have thoroughly enjoyed casting this final. Myself, Deaded Horseborn, the beard of reason, with the effervescent Muzz joining me. This was and Muzz, well done. I think we were a lot better this game. The first time we cast it together, I thought we were a bit awkward trying to figure each other out.
I think it just comes with a bit of time and working together, it seems.
Absolutely, and I enjoyed that very much. So thank you, and thanks for your work.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. And just that is the season 1 of Momentum Pro Circuit, guys. Obviously, Momentum season 2 is going to be starting soon. I think it's in about 2 weeks' time. So if you have a team, register. If you don't have a team, make a team and register. If you play by yourself, find 2 mates and register, because season 2 is going to be coming soon.
Sign up and let's roll. Let's make it a good one. And can we see new challenges? I would love to see a new team bringing a challenge to Videre and to WSG. Can we crown a new champion in season 2? That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think that would be very, very cool.
All right, Muzz. Well, thank you very much from me, Deaded Horseborn. And Muzz, that's pretty much us.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Peace.